The die is cast and we're holding all the aces. Okay, I might be mixing up my games, but the point is clear-ish. We're doing a great job.
Yes, we are, but our client is ambitious, and we are far from done. You can rest when this site is second only to the Las Vegas Strip in popularity.
That really is ambitious. And it's in the very capable hands of my team while I supervise from afar.
Understood.
Understood. Be there soon.
Asset requiring collection.
Incubation personnel, please stand by. Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a
Assets in the
Papagala
air.
to the park. Ladies and gentlemen, we have
Confirming
added
asset
a new
delivery.
aviary viewing gallery, ready for you to observe our amazing avian reptiles.
Transportation complete.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Tapajara to the park.
Delivery complete.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Dimorphodon to the park. Ladies and gentlemen, please be advised that our weather forecasts predict an incoming hurricane. Proceed to take cover until the hurricane has passed.
Yeah, I just got word that we have a sick juvenile dinosaur. Can I leave this with you? Because I'm not getting anywhere near that with a thermometer.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Understood.
the hurricane has now passed. Please resume your normal activity.
No problem. Asset delivery confirmed. Asset has been delivered.
Attention personnel. We have detected power outages across the site. Available personnel, please respond.
Task received.
Bring me the drone.
Asset delivery confirmed. Asset being transported. Asset has been delivered.
Attention personnel.
Illness presents a lot of security concerns. Unpredictable animals, the risk of a disease spreading. This research is vitally important.
Incubation complete.
Collecting asset.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a to the park.
Setting additional task. Transit has commenced. Delivery has been completed. Asset transported. En route to repair. Assets in the air. Request acknowledged.
Fixing it up.
Synthesis.
Asset has been delivered. adding to the list. Task received. Damage.
Incubation complete. Prepare asset for release. Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Corythosaurus to
Picking up asset. Commencing asset transit.
synthesis procedure complete. Incubation personnel, please stand.
Confirming asset delivery.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Kayuajara to the park.
Signing a drone.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome our community to the park.
Confirming task. Responding to repair request.
There are no unimportant tasks. Small problems can snowball if they're not dealt with. So let's get on this now.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Asset
we are
delivery
pleased to
confirmed.
welcome a Tapajara to the park. Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Gallimimus to the park.
Asset to be collected.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a
Transporting
Dimorphodon
asset.
to the park.
Asset transportation complete.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Pteranodon to the park.
Task removed.
Synthesis procedure complete. Incubation personnel, please stand by.
Mission accomplished. And the debriefing is nice and straightforward on this one. You did great work.
Setting additional task.
Incubation personnel, please stand by. Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome an Edmontosaurus to the park.
One of the first dinosaurs discovered to have nesting colonies, the Maiasaura is both social and relatively friendly. Its name means good mother lizard. And what an appropriate name it is.
Acknowledged.
Storm's on its way.
Asset has been transported.
I have control.
Asset in transit. Transportation complete. Sending the drone out.
First thing they teach you in the real estate game is location, location, location. I think even the dinosaurs can understand that. So make sure your scenery delivers.
Taking back control.
Got it. Let's get the drone up and running.
Adding task. Acknowledged.
We can't get in there. Send the drone.
Understood. Task received. Commencing asset transit.
Let's ready up the drone.
Delivery has been completed.
Ladies
Asset
and
delivered.
gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Kayuajara to the park.
Transporting asset. Transportation complete.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are
Asset
pleased
delivered.
to welcome a
Confirmed.
Sternbergia
Adding to
to
the
the
list.
park.
Asset transportation in progress.
Starving dinosaurs are the very definition of a so-called urgent problem. If you delay too much, you might not like where they look for their next meal.
That our weather forecasts predict an
has
incoming
been collected.
sandstorm.
Asset transported.
Ladies and gentlemen, please shield your eyes and proceed to take cover until the
Asset being
sandstorm has
transported.
passed.
Adding task. Confirming asset delivery.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a pteranodon to the park.
Asset transportation underway. Asset delivery confirmed.
Gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Caillou Ajara.
Take a good look at this objective, then stop looking and get it done.
Asset transportation complete. Asset has been collected.
Ladies and gentlemen, the sandstorm has now passed. Please resume your normal
Asset
activity.
transported.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Geosternbergia to the park.
Confirming asset delivery. Asset transportation complete.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Pteranodon to the park.
Transporting asset.
Sending out a drone.
Delivery complete.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Pteranodon to the park.
Asset transportation underway. Task received. Transportation complete. Transporting asset. Asset transportation in progress. No problem.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Pteranodon to the park.
Asset has been transported.
Let's get the drone out there.
Asset delivery.
Gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Tapajara to the park.
Asset has been collected. Understood. Asset transportation complete. Assets in the air.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Caillou Ajara to the park.
Asset delivery. Transporting asset. Asset has been delivered.
Taking control of the drone.
Transportation complete.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Assets in the air.
pleased to welcome a
Acknowledged.
Caillou Ajara.
Delivery has been completed.
At this rate, you might finally unseat me as Employee of the Month. I mean, I choose who gets it, so you won't. But you still did a great job.
Confirming asset delivery. Asset transportation complete.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Caillou Ajara to the park.
Asset delivery confirmed. Asset delivered. Delivery has been completed.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Tapajara to the park.
Asset transported. Commencing asset transit.
Ready up to drone.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Caillou
Asset has been
Ajara to
delivered.
the park.
Transportation complete. Underway. Asset transportation complete. Setting
Ladies
additional
and
task.
gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a
Confirming
Geostar
asset delivery.
to the park.
No problem. Confirming task. Delivery complete. Confirmed. Transportation complete. Setting
Ladies
additional
and
task.
gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Kayuajara to the park.
Signing a drone.
Asset in transit. Asset delivered.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Tapajara to the park.
Transportation underway. Asset has been transported. Setting additional task.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Pteranodon to the park.
Asset being transported. Asset has been delivered. Delivery has been completed. Understood.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Pteranodon to the park.
Transit has commenced.
Got it. Let's get the drone up and running.
Confirming asset delivery. Asset has been transported.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Asset transport. Mission complete. Asset transported. Confirming asset delivery. Delivery has been completed. Asset has been collected. Transportation complete. Transportation underway.
ladies and gentlemen, we are
Asset has
pleased
been
to welcome a
transported.
Kayuajara to the park.
Asset delivery confirmed.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to
Commencing
welcome
asset.
a Tapajara to the park.
Asset transported. Asset transportation in progress. Transit has commenced. Asset delivered. Confirming asset delivery. Transporting. Asset has been transported. Asset in transit. En route to pick up the asset. Confirmed. Transportation underway.
You've done one heck of a job here. Next time I'm in the area for, work, I'd absolutely come out to this park and take in the paleo sites. Well, I'd probably plan to come out here at least, then regret not doing it on the flight home.
Funny to think this was once a rundown, badly put together attraction. Now it's a bustling facility that keeps its animals secure, well cared for, and most importantly, visible to their adoring public. We made a difference here.
Well, let's hope what happens in Vegas doesn't stay in Vegas, huh? A success is a success, and this is a big one.